So, liebe Leute, hier bei mir in der Küche für Gadget Magazin haben wir einen besonderen Gast. Das ist das erste Mal, dass wir hier halt einen kleinen Gast haben und das ist Harvey Madcalf von MyApollo und da er nur Englisch spricht, werde ich natürlich das Interview komplett in Englisch halten. Es geht mehr oder weniger für kleine ja, Social Networks, das aber dann auf Peer-to-Peer basierend funktionieren soll. Und dazu ist dann Harvey hier und wir werden mal kurz darüber reden, worum es da genau geht und was für Vorteile dabei für euch herausspringen tut. Harvey, thanks for coming and joining me in my private little kitchen.
Sure, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, good. You are launching, or you have launched a new social network platform for all the users on the mobile devices. It's called MyApollo. Why is there a need for another social network?
Well, Shu, what we found as social media users ourselves was that we love taking part in social networking. We found it very, very useful for keeping in touch with friends, keeping up to date on what was the latest. But what we found most recently is that perhaps most of the information we were sharing, if not all of the information that we were sharing, wasn't kept very private for us. So what we've done is we came together, my partner and I and the group at Arroware Industries, and we produced a peer-to-peer social network that allows individuals to very much connect directly together with the peace of mind knowing that all the information that they share is stored and shared from the devices that they hold in their hands. So we found that to be very powerful and we're excited to get it on the market.
So you don't have a central server for all the services. Every device is functional as their own server.
That's the concept. At Arroware, we operate a facilitator hardware system. So what we're doing is we're hooking up individuals who wish to communicate or share information, and absolutely the content that they're sharing is served up from their devices. It's a very, very powerful concept.
So the NSA doesn't have some kind of backdoor in your services to look inside the communication of the users?
No, we're very happy to say that our system's private for every user who wishes to take place or take part in it. It's encrypted end to end, and we're happy to offer that secure environment for people to come and share things that matter to them with the people that matter most.
So what can you share in your social network? Is it only pictures and can you chat? Is there some kind of video chatting coming or already integrated? What purpose is it social network for?
So off the cuff, or initially, what we've offered is a very stock set of features, things that people can immediately get involved in and utilize. Yeah. So there's a picture sharing feature, and as well encrypted messenger, built within the platform. But coming in the future, we'll be blowing up the feature set to include all sorts of things like a personal private cloud and consumption of all sorts of interesting rich media. So we're very excited.
Okay. As we can see on the website, there's only at the moment the apps for Android devices and iOS devices. Are you extending your social media platform also to the desktop PCs? I mean, this is a feature which Facebook or Google Plus has in addition.
Absolutely. So in addition to the mobile platforms, we're going to be rolling out an HTML5 web app to allow people to connect from virtually any screen they find themselves behind. But on top of that, we're also going to be rolling out desktop platforms to allow people an incredible peer-to-peer experience from Mac, Windows, and Linux machines.
Yeah. If I can understand it correct, it's peer-to-peer. So basically, everybody is his own server. If you're communicating to to your friends, you're hosting all your stuff on your own device. But how is it when other people are using your MyApollo social network? Are they using my data rate to communicate to their friends? You don't have a central server. So where's the traffic going there?
So like I had mentioned, our server plays facilitator. So when you're choosing to communicate with your friend, we're helping hook you and your friend up and opening up a straight line of communication between the two of you.
Yeah.
once you're starting to share pictures or communications, you very much are sharing that directly between you and the recipient, whoever you've chosen that to be,
Yeah.
whether it's a status update on your feed, which would be then shared with your vast network of contacts, or it could potentially be vast, it could potentially be very small, or if it's an individual message, it would be shared between you and the recipient of your choice.
So basically, it's some kind of old-fashioned telecommunication stuff, whereas the lady sitting there and hook up you and unplug that.
It's not so old-fashioned. We use state-of-the-art technology, obviously, to make the system run. But it's very much that kind of concept, a switchboard, if you will. There's no sort of data stored on our system, no centralized pool. We don't pass off your information to your friends. We allow you to pass the information directly to the recipient.
So who's your some kind of direct, I forgot the English word, it's in German it's a Konkurrent. Who are you competing to? Is that the classic social network like Facebook, Google Plus, or is it more WhatsApp kind of communication? WhatsApp is also just a point-to-point conversation from one person to another person. Okay, WhatsApp has a central server and where they store their stuff. Is that your competitor, WhatsApp?
We're definitely looking to provide another solution to the social media marketplace. There's lots of other players like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Google Plus. However, we feel we offer a very different model. We feel that the model they're utilizing is fundamentally flawed. The client-server relationship has time and time again proven to expose user data. So we're hoping to offer to the same users very much the same style of service, however, in a much more secure environment where they can feel at ease knowing that the communications that they're sharing are being kept between themselves and the recipient.
How do you convince the other classic social network people who is already on Facebook or Google Plus or Twitter or what else out there to switch over to MyApollo? I mean, they're already using basically at least one of them, of the other social networks. Why should they move over to Apollo? They have also to convince their friends to use MyApollo.
I think what's happening is the majority of people seldomly realize that the information they're putting online isn't being kept private. As the revelations come out and have come out over the past year and have exposed the travesty that very much is the massive exploitation of user data, we're really hoping that people are looking to take part in a much more responsible network situation. And when they're looking to maybe switch over to a new social network or take part in a new environment that's more secure and more inclusive of their desires, we're hoping that they look to MyApollo.
Yeah. Going back to MyApollo, this is a free.
It's a free application.
Free application. You don't have to pay. What is it? How do you monetize the thing?
Right now, there's absolutely no advertising in the application, and like you said, it's completely free. So that's the goal, is to provide users a tool that will be very usable to them in their day-to-day lives and doesn't feel like they're being stalked in any way by a third party or an advertiser. So right now, you're not going to see any advertisements on the application. We've been fortunate enough to develop some incredibly powerful technology to run the MyApollo platform. So we're exploring all sorts of possibilities, from licensing that technology all the way down to very, very interactive, more discovery-focused forms of connecting people with brands. So currently, we're not forced to have to look into any sort of monetization of the application right now, and we're very much focused on the user experience. But in the future, we have some very creative, very creative methods that we're playing around with. However, we have to ensure that we're protecting user privacy, which is a core focus of the MyApollo application.
You said the privacy is a very big feature on MyApollo. But how about data mining? Are you scanning in the background what the people are talking about, what kind of pictures are sharing about, and then maybe monetize your MyApollo app for personalized commercial stuff?
Well, MyApollo as a system, from
Yeah.
the system perspective, we do not hold or monitor any system traffic. All we're doing is hooking up individuals. What they choose to share directly is what they choose to share directly. So there's no ability even for us to monitor the network traffic in that regard to data mine. That's a core focus. We're looking to really protect users and give them a more hands-off approach to kind of system administration. We'd like to just connect people who want to be connected. That's very much why people are coming to social networks. They're looking to connect with friends. They're not looking to provide third parties all sorts of information. So we're looking to provide a service that is exactly that, something that allows them to connect without worrying about the potential mining of their data.
Okay, so also not in the future, you're not scanning all the communication and try to get some kind of profile of the users. So you basically just know the name of the user and who he wants to talk to.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's a roadmap for MyApollo in the future, in the near future, and on the long run? You said you're extending your services also to the desktop PC on the bigger screen. What kind of other stuff can we expect from MyApollo then in the future?
Like I said, the goal is to have MyApollo available from whatever screen you find yourself behind.
TVs?
Absolutely.
Consoles?
You know, there's incredible technology moving into the living room, and we're moving with it. So we're developing some incredibly exciting technology that will touch on it precisely that the home living room or that kind of environment. However, in the near future, what we're looking to do is offer, like I had mentioned, the web application and the desktop applications, which will very much enable more of the peer-to-peer functionality that we're looking to expose within the system, which is allowing people to leverage that incredible power to move whatever sort of data it is from whatever sort of source. So that could potentially be, maybe one day you'll find your Netflix on MyApollo or other third-party services that you're currently engaging in, whether that be something that you're using to cut a movie or something that you're using to edit pictures, maybe a word processor. The idea is to really blow up what you've currently expected or I don't know what the correct terminology would be, to further embrace a social platform and allow people greater power to utilize functionality that they're not currently able to utilize within platforms like Facebook or Twitter that allow them a very generalized social networking experience.
Okay, so can you give us already a time frame for the desktop version? Maybe.
They're in development right now. However, we're looking to have the web application available within the coming months. So we're hoping possibly within the next 8 weeks to have the web application online.
So basically, in the summer, we can expect that the desktop version will be there.
Over the summer, I would expect the desktop versions to be ready.
Okay, great. Harvey, thank you for coming and giving us an inside look into the social network from your perspective and MyApollo. I hope to see the growing user base for MyApollo. I have already signed up and I have to convince some people to test that with me. Okay, das war's auch schon. Dann von diesem kleinen Interview. Wenn ihr noch Fragen habt, I hope if somebody from my users have questions, we can direct it to you or your press agency.
Absolutely, I'd be more than happy.
Okay,
that's actually why we came out to do the interview or to do the tour. We wanted to get out and answer people's questions and let them know that there's something serious coming and a solution for them. So I'm excited.
Okay, thank you very much. Also ihr habt es gehört, wenn ihr Fragen habt, dann postet die einfach darunter und ich werde sie dann weiterleiten an die entsprechenden Ansprechpartner von MyApollo. Das war es auch schon von der kleinen Sonderedition in diesem Podcast und alles weitere findet ihr bei mir auf der Webseite auf gadgetmagazin.de. Bis bald.